Here we go. Let me lift you up. We'll go right to the top. Let the sun come up. Together we can fly. All our hearts collide. Stay here by my side. I say we jump, we fly, we reach out to the sky. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. And we go on and on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. And we go on and on and on and on. We're gonna fly high, be alive. Yeah. We're gonna fly high, be alive. We're gonna fly high, be alive.
Welcome to another Fly High episode of Be Alive. It is so great that we can give you a show that's informative and at the same time offers hope to our televiewers who are experiencing hardships because of their ailments.
Yes, Susan. At ang maganda nito is that after the show, napapakita natin that we can get better through alternative ways.
We will have a dynamite show today. And we will also feature international multimillionaire Dan Peña. Today we have 38-year-old Migs Gaviola. Meron po siyang thalassemia at katakot-takot po mga life-threatening sicknesses. This is her awe-inspiring testimonial. Watch this.
I've been through more than 20 years of being sick. I've been through 9 near-death experiences, the worst of which was actually a 7-day coma after 6.5-hour seizure. The doctor pronounced me brain dead, and after 7 days I woke up. After that event, I've been through heart stroke, I've been through a brain stroke, my liver is cirrhosis, I have a cyst in my left lungs which is 56.8 centimeters, my right lungs is fibrosis at that, my throat, according to the doctors, have developed a flesh line, which means that was tantamount to esophageal cancer. So all of this was just a consortium of everything I experienced due to thalassemia. Thalassemia is a genetic disorder of the blood, which means it's worse than leukemia. I was 19 and I found out that the first time I got sick, I thought to myself, if ever I would go to the point of near death, then I might as well live my life to the fullest. Every time I would hurdle one disease from the other to the other, it seems that my life was going to a point where I would not be able to handle whatever I had. All the doctors have given up on me. It's different when you, as a person, would like to battle and would like to fight. Fortunately enough for me, the day that the last doctor said that they would be giving up on me because I had a cyst this side, which was this big, and then I had a cyst on my breast, the same day that I was supposed to be operated on, we rescheduled the operation. That same day, the Lord answered in a very different way. Anna Rivera gave me a call asking me to write for Laminine. Then I never knew what Laminine was. After that, my friends were insistent that I take it because they attended a seminar that said that they had findings and they had clinical studies for thalassemia. 3 days after, I got shocked because I was feeling pricking, just like acupuncture pricks on my leg. When I woke up the 4th day, I could actually walk with full complexion. I could dorsiflex, I could do anything, when in fact I had sciatic nerve due to a car accident. Also because of thalassemia, I do not have a kneecap, yet I'm walking as though a normal person does. After that, I stopped drinking Laminine because I thought it was making worse. My chest was boiling. If you could just hear boiling water, it had the same sound. And I was not simply choking, I was choking, I was wheezing, I was coughing all at the same time. And my skin color at that was turning gray. So I got scared. I stopped. For 6 weeks that I stopped, I was just in bed, thinking that maybe it was really time for me to die this time. But through the insistence of Tita Maggie de la Riva, just barely 2 weeks after me taking the supplement again, the cyst I had in the middle here was just this small. That's when we found out that through my emails with my doctor in Canada, we found out that the cyst that I had inside was melting. The sounds that I was hearing, the blood that I was vomiting are something that was making everything in me just simply go out, in a sense that I was detoxifying, meaning to say that I was healing on my own. I have a 60-page report that says everything is normal right now, and I'm just happy to be alive and to share to everyone that currently right now I'm so happy just to share my story that everyone would have hope.
Be alive. We'll be right back.
Fly high, be alive.
We have our guest doctors with us today, Dr. Lito Fruto and Dr. Austria.
We wanted to ask you your thoughts about what happened to Migs. Yung thalassemia niya, yung cyst niya na nawala. She's talking about a lot of things.
Migs is a walking example of the miracle of life in a capsule. Because of her disease and illnesses, all gone, all repaired.
Really surprised because she didn't have a kneecap before, and now the bone's beginning to grow.
This is the extent of how laminin can repair. She had multiple problems. She had fibrosis of her lungs. She had a cyst. She had cirrhosis. She was bleeding. And on top of her thalassemia, which had been, although not so active, but she was chronically anemic. And yet all of these resolved after she started taking laminin. And this just tells you that really the number one repair molecule in the body come from proteins, which that is what laminin is capable of doing. You have the amino acids which can form the different kinds of protein in your body, including making collagen, which can form a new kneecap.
Wow.
Wow.
Really?
So, Doktora, marami po bang sa market na merong 22 amino acid?
Well, yan ang sikreto why we have to eat different kinds of food kasi you don't get all the amino acids in one type of food. Mm-hmm. And alam mo, ang daming genetic diseases, of which thalassemia is a genetic disease. Just missing one amino acid, may genetic disease ka na because you cannot form certain genes and certain proteins. So, if you supply the complete set of amino acids, that's it. Just an example of how you can repair. Essential really is not produced by the body. Mm-hmm. Kaya it has to come from an outside source.
Okay.
Yun ang mahirap. And ang dami mong kailangan kainin na pagkain to get the whole complete set, you know?
Tama.
You're just thinking 22 amino acids, how many different kinds of food do you have to eat?
Tama.
Ito, shortcut na.
Ito, doktora, sa laminin, nandun na ho lahat.
Nandyan na lahat.
So, yun ang nakatulong kay Migs. Dahil talagang parang pinakyaw na ni Migs yung lahat ng sakit sa mundo. You know, kumbaga sa para siyang pinanganak para patunayan sa mundo na ang laminin magaling.
But you know, I think the secret of laminin pa rin, because sabi ng mga iba, kumain na lang tayo ng amino acids, iba-iba. There are products with different amino acids. Mm-hmm. Still, the main secret is a fibroblast growth factor, which will tell those amino acids what to make. Kasi they had made studies that even if you supply the different amino acids, you still do not make the things that you want to do, repair in the body.
So kahit po
wala kang director
parang ang niyan, parang kang may pelikula, yung 22 amino acid, yung mga artista yon. Pero pagka walang fibroblast growth factor, walang director na magsasabing, Susan, wag ka muna magsasalita.
Where does laminin come from?
Well, laminin is from a 9-day-old avian egg with a combination of marine protein and plant-based protein. It is actually the most complete superfood that is available in the market today. It's been around since 1929. It was discovered by Dr. John Davidson. And what he did is he took an extract from a fertilized avian egg on its highest day of its incubation, which is the 9th day. Bakit yung ika-9th day? Because according to research, it's exactly on the 9th day when all factors necessary to create life are at its highest level. Hindi po tayo adult stem cell. Ang kinuha po dito is the proto-embryonic stage extract before life began. The life essence of an avian egg.
Dr. Fruto, what part of the egg is being used?
There's 4 layers in an egg. The shell, the white thin membrane, the white of the egg, and then the egg yolk. It is actually the white thin membrane that is the laminin or the pese of the avian egg. Yun po yung naiiwan pagka naglalaga kayo ng itlog pag binilatan ninyo. On this case, it is all liquid. An avian egg on the 9th day is all liquid. So it will take a very special extraction process for us to be able to extract that white thin membrane because the egg is all liquid. And yun yung na-perfect ni Dr. Davidson, and then it was enhanced by the team of Dr. Jodney Escalan, Dr. Neil Christian Mortensen, and Dr. Alex Martin.
So ano ang symptoms nun pagka mayroon kang thalassemia?
It is going to be like mild to severe anemia. That is where it starts.
Is that life-threatening, Doctor?
It is life-threatening.
Paano naman natunaw yung mga cysts?
Our body is capable of healing, pero it cannot do it all the time. And you have an immune system that can attack mga abnormal cells of the body, like the way they would attack cancer cells. And so if you have a cyst, you also have parts of your body that can start doing the repair.
So means, say, doctor, if you don't eat the right stuff, the amino acids are never complete. But
Yes.
what laminin does is one capsule of that, it completes the amino acids in your body. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Mhm.
Yung main illness ni Migs, thalassemia, is that the main reason why nagkaroon siya ng iba-iba ng sakit from there?
Yeah po, I suspect that is the primary cause of all the sickness because the problem is on the DNA and the RNA structure. Okay. So may kakulangan kaya yun nagkaroon ng complications sa iba't ibang organs. And then nag-worsen. So ang nangyari, nabaliwala na ngayon yung thalassemia, naging main issue na is yung mga cysts niya, yung sa liver cirrhosis, and the lung problem.
Dr. Ausria, ako mismo, meron akong mass dito sa lower right chest ko, no? And nawala yun, natunaw. Paano yun?
Well, I think yan ang part of the medicine of integrative medicine na tinatawag natin, nutritional therapy. And also, if you have the proper nutrients, you boost your immune system, no? Pag na-boost mo yung immune system, yan ang nag-a-attack ng mga tumors, ng mga cysts, no? And nawawala yung mga masses.
We have Mr. Leon Katz, the president of Forever Rich Incorporated. Leon, could you please give the televiewers your opinion, your advice about laminin?
What's really interesting is very helpful to hear and know what the doctors have to say about all of this. I've been listening for over a year, and I keep learning more about this incredible product. We get hundreds and hundreds of calls a week from people who are listening to the show, Be Alive. Just like the other day, there was a lady who brought her 12-year-old son into the office. For 2 years was having seizures, like 4 or 5 seizures every single day. And what the doctors were wanting to do were drill a hole in his brain to do an exploratory to figure out what to do. Wow. They say, well, if we don't find anything, what we'll do is we'll go in through the spine and look there. So instead, they were lucky to talk to another doctor that I know. And this gentleman said, well, let's try something before you do that. The mother listened and said, well, let's try. We have nothing to lose. And what's amazing is that I was introduced to this boy who, I think 45 days after he met with you, right? Yes. And his hand, I'm told, was frozen. He couldn't move his hand. He'd have 4 seizures a day. After starting 40 or so days, not a single seizure. Am I right?
Tell them about the health diagnostic tests that are going on. Tell them where
it's
they can
be here at the office, 1504 Galleria Corporate Center here in Ortigas.
Sabihin nyo lang po na napanood nyo sa Be Alive at mayroon po kayo makukuhang free voucher for 1 na free. Yun po yung test na malalaman nyo lahat in 1 minute from head to toe kung ano po ang deficiencies sa katawan ninyo. And very, very interesting po. Sa lahat po sa inyong nanonood, Gusto ko lang pong ipaalala sa inyo na this program is not intended to sell or offer medical advice. Ngunit sa pamamagitan ng programa po natin, we are very happy to share na meron pong alternatibo na paraan para po tayo matulungan natin ang ating kalusugan, ang ating katawan. Katulad ng sabi ni Dr. Austria na we have our own healing system.
And when we get back, we'll give you alive and cancer-free Migs Gaviola. We'll be back.
We're gonna fly high, be alive.
Today is truly a celebration of life.
Maybe you can explain to us
What you went through.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Actually, I started taking Laminine for a week. That's 2 capsules in the morning and then 2 capsules in the evening. So 1 week, I took the full bottle. After that, I started coughing because of the cyst that I had, which is 56.8 centimeters on my left lung, and then the fibrosis I had on my right lung. I only started to drink it because of thalassemia. I thought it was only for thalassemia that I would get healed because Laminine had clinical studies on thalassemia. Only for me to find out that instead of me being healed, I was bedridden. So the first time in my life, I spent 6 weeks with my father, bedridden. I was literally boiling. If you hear boiling water, you could hear my lungs boiling. After it was boiling, I was coughing up blood. Not just blood, like you spit out when they say that you have TB or COPD. It was bowls of blood.
Alam mo, Susan,
Wow.
tumawag yan sa amin si Migs. Sabi niya, ano ba itong pinapatake mo sa akin? Ayoko na, halos may iyak-iyak sa telepono.
Akala mo mahal mo ako, may
Oo,
galit ka
bakit?
ba sa
Oo,
akin?
may galit ka ba sa akin? Tapos ito si Tamagi, who we consulted Dr. Fruto at that time, and then we told him, Doctor, what's happening to Migs? You know, my friend is bedridden and she's spitting out blood, no?
Yes.
And sabi ni Dr. Fruto, tell her to continue. Of course, natakot ka, di ba, Migs? You got so scared. But what made you decide to continue taking it again?
I stopped for 6 weeks with the continuous pounding of Tita Maggie and my friends.
Yes.
I started to go back to Laminine. Though Dr. Fruto at that time was telling me to do full dose. That's taking a full dose of like 555.
Mega.
Pero sa katigasan siguro ng ulo ko, I said, no. I'll do it my way. I took 1 capsule a day. So from then till now, I was just taking 1 capsule a
Just
day.
one. Just
Wow.
one. She was saying that she was spitting out blood, no?
Yes.
Talagang sabi mo, bowls.
Bowls.
Bowl.
Literally bowls
My
of
goodness.
blood.
And then, so you stopped for 5
I
weeks.
stopped.
And then you took it again.
Yes, 1 capsule a day.
When I first met Migs, Susan, Tita Maggie, she was telling me na meron siyang cyst na ganito kalaki dito sa dibdib. Pula na lang sabihin niya sa akin na nag-iintay na lang siya ng kamatayan.
Actually, hindi lang nag-aantay ng kamatayan eh. My friends, while speaking with my parents would be asking them if I'd like to be cremated. I started taking in Laminine again because, as according to the show, the only thing you have to bear in mind is what? To be alive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yung kneecap mo, I know
Siya
na aksidente na,
Durog
on
ito,
top
no?
of everything. Can you tell us what happened?
1995, I had an accident. I have 36 stitches here, 34 stitches here because my femur went through my pelvis. I never had the chance to dorsiflex. I know how to walk. I don't know how to run. 3 days after I took Laminine, the first thing I felt was pricks, little pricks, sensations. Then the next day I was able to fold it.
Wow.
Bend your toes, right?
Bend my
ha?
toes.
2 days.
Yeah. Three days.
Okay.
Come to think of it, I had a sciatic nerve palsy,
I had that too.
which means that you could never really walk
numb,
straight.
numb.
It's numb.
Okay.
When it came to the lung thing, the first thing we noticed was I had a cyst here, this big, right? So the cyst that I had here when I went back to drinking Laminine, a single capsule a day, it only took me 3 weeks for me to notice that the cyst I had here, which was this big, was only this big.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Exactly July 18, I came for the Infinitus machine exam. The Infinitus machine exam said I had 9 out of 10 amino acids.
That makes, meaning to say, nawala yung cyst mo sa dibdib, nawala rin yung cyst mo sa tiyan. Tama ba ako?
Totally.
November 15, I got a testimonial from Migs Gaviola. And we have a close-up, you'll see it on screen, of her kneecap. 2 months later, may buto na ulit, kalahating buto. Okay. So Susan, you wanna touch it? It's there. Ayan yung buto. Wow. There you go. There you go. Fantastic.
The first time I came here, I knew that miracles would eventually happen again because the whole Laminine family started to pray for me.
Yeah.
My version is everyone has a healer in him. Laminine wakes up that healer in you to heal your sick self.
That's right.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Fantastic. This is one of our most dramatic cases.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure to share about the Lord's miracles and to share about Laminine.
Don't stop doing it. Okay.
When we get back, we're going to have Mr. Daniel Pena, and he is from the Guthrie Group from the United States of America. Be alive. We'll be back.
We're gonna fly high, be alive.
Today we have a special guest, especially to me, because he is a mentor, one of the few people that have touched my life, Mr. Daniel Pena. He's the author of the book, My First $100 Million. Dollars po yan, hindi po yan. So Dan, share with our televiewers about you and your life and how anybody can maximize living a life.
What I see in my life all over the world, and I've been in business in all the continents of the world, is that people give up too easily. And they don't have role models. They don't have mentors. And I believe very strongly in the mentor system. It's not easy to be up all the time. It's not easy to be vibrant all the time. And the thing that I've done the last 20 years especially is help people understand what it is to be a high-performance person through role models and through people like the late Steve Jobs, the current Bill Gates, amongst others. Everybody falls.
Yes.
And the key is not that you just get up. A lot of people can get up. It's how quickly you get up. How long you feel sorry for yourself.
There you
How long you're depressed. How long you allow the bad thing that happened to you. And bad things happen to good people all the time. How long you allow that to sit in your mind and fester. And that's the key between a high-performance person and a non-high-performance person. I've written a very successful book, Your First 100 Million, but I could write tens of 20 or 30 books on all the mistakes I've made. And failure is part of success. And the road to success is always under construction.
Yes.
Always. And you've proven that here, and you've built up a great following and a great business in just about a year, more or less.
9
and
months.
I'm very happy for you.
Thank you, Dan. I know he owns a castle in Scotland. Okay? And that was, tell me about that castle, because you saw that castle when you were still down. You were not just,
Poor.
you have not made it yet.
Yeah, I was poor. I wasn't down in my early 30s. You can't have a dream come true unless you have that dream. And so I dreamt about getting out of the body when I was younger and about being more successful as I got older. And I thought, what's the biggest bodacious goal I could come up with at the time? I thought, well, how about a castle on an island? And I moved into Guthrie Castle, Scotland in August the 30th of 1984. You start thinking that raising the bar and making the benchmarks higher and higher and higher, not just for yourself, but for your family, for your employees, for your partners, etc., etc., it happens because it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I believe very much in affirmations. I still do my affirmations every night before I go to sleep, along with me saying my prayers. My kids, we just spent Christmas with them on a cruise. my wife and and my kids, I think, question. They believe I believe in affirmations and repeating my goals every night, but they don't believe that I still say prayers every night, which is wrong because I do. I do. And so when I tell people if I still say prayers, and I still, more importantly, because a lot of people, this is a very Catholic country, I'm a Roman Catholic, so I understand. So you understand the prayer bit, so I'm not going to focus on that. But the affirmation bit is just as important to me as the prayer bit.
I know that you have been taking Laminine, and share with the audience what are your experiences.
About a year ago, I started it. You introduced me to it. I started one and one, then 1 and 1, then 2 and 2 for about 6 months. But about 4 months ago, I started taking 2, 2 and 2. But my animals, my dogs, which is the real story. I had a dog that was pronounced dead, basically. We have 2 miniature dachshunds, and one of them, her heart didn't work right, or her liver didn't work right, etc., etc. She was skinny like a rail. Started her a third a day for about 6 weeks, and she started gaining weight, and her fur started growing back on her body.
Wow.
And then we started giving it to our other 3 dogs. They take a half a day. And they're in great shape, and their fur looks better. My wife takes 1 a day, and I take 6 a day. And we have just started our son, who's autistic, OCD, ADHD, dyslexic, on it, and we'll report back with those results
very
soon.
Nice. Very nice. Wow. Thank you. Well, Dan, thank you so much. I love you as always, and will always love you. Can I promise them that sometime in March, we're going to do an event. He has so much to share for us and every Filipino to be alive and live a life to the fullest extent of life. Okay?
Yes.
And maybe next year we can plan for a program for our top leaders to go to the castle for the Quantum Leap Advantage.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Be Alive would like to thank the following: